This behind me, this area over in here, is the practice field. These are two practice fields back to back. And the practice fields are where teams can come between rounds, try to work out kinks and bugs and issues they're having. These are the FRC, the one down here, and this one here are FRC robots. They're the big robots. They're the ones we're here with, and they are really large. 150 foot, 50 inches tall, so bigger than some of you. This over here is another area where teams can come, not so much to get a full practice, but to actually work on specific little things on there. This is my trump fingers. I practiced that just so I could give you, the trump hand. Anyway, aside from that, this area here is where they can set up and work on different elements. You've got the switch back there, the balance beam thing. You've got some cubes here. Actually, right there are the cubes. And then beyond that, that's the horizontal thing there is the switch. And behind that, the taller thing. Those are all different elements of the game, as is that little wooden panel right there. That's for putting the cubes through to the human players. So these other two practice fields over here that you saw, those are set up just for getting a lot of practice in, where you can actually run your robot, make sure everything's working well for you. This area back here is what the back of the driver stations look like. These driver stations are pretty large, as you can see. And you have three teams. A team over here, a team in the middle, and a team over here. This right here is for a human player. They run the cubes down into that little block there, and the human players can use their foot right here to spin those. Then the cubes come shooting out that the robots put into the box, and they put them in this little contraption right here. Now what this is it powers up the game. This game is based on video games, which you guys are all familiar with. So what you can do is you can stack 3 cubes in each one of these 3 areas, and they do different things for you. This one gives you force, which basically doubles your scoring points for a certain amount of time. This one is levitate. If you get your 3 cubes stacked here and you hit this button, that means that another robot that can't hang at the end of the game can levitate, and it counts even though it's still on the floor. And this last one here, boost, that doubles, let's see, force. This one, I think, takes over the field for 10 seconds. So if you've lost control of the switch, which is that middle thing out there, the purple thing right there, if you lose control of that and it's tilted in your opponent's favor, that boost will act like it was flipped over and giving you the points instead of your opponents. So now what I would like to do is I'm just going to walk around here just a little bit. I got security people all over the place. Wanted you to see this view. As far as you can see, way back there, it's kind of like an infinity mirror, isn't it? As far as you can see, way back there, there are robot teams and pit areas. Now we're going to take a little walk. We'll walk through the pits, and I will kind of show you around on our way out, on my way out. So here's some guys. Let me turn this around. You guys don't need to see my beautiful face. Bye, guys. All right, so right over here we have a couple of teams setting up their pits. Some of them use the canopy method. This is a pit row, and on the other side, another pit row. These pits are 10 feet by 10 feet. This team right here, number 254, my least favorite team in all of robotics. I'll explain more about that later. Here we go. We have another side of the pit. Turn it back where we're going. So there are a lot of teams here. Anyway, Cheesy Poofs is the name of the team 254. And the reason I'm not real fond of them is because they are always one of the best ever. It's kind of like cheering for the New England Patriots. They're always there. They're always tough. They're always winning stuff. But they have some advantages a lot of teams don't have. For instance, they're just good. They're big. They're at NASA. You know, they're just one of those strong teams that is really, really hard to compete with. So, down that way, there we are over here. I think I just walked past our pits. Maybe I'll go back to our pits real quick. Nope, I haven't got there yet. We're this way. I was 1 mile too short. Yeah, there's something you don't hear very often. Mr. Langley was too short. All right. So we're going to come down this way. That big red door there goes outside on the back side of the George R. Brown Convention Center. And this is our pit area. You can see we've got toolboxes set up there and in the back and over here on the side. We've got, it's pretty well lit. We've got team guys working on everything from the robot to finishing up the stands or the pits. Right here's our robot. Say hi to everybody back home, guys. Hello, hello. Hi, Grandma. All right, so they're working on the robot, just finishing a few things up, getting ready for inspections. These guys are putting the lid on our top of our pit area so we can hang our banners and signs. And let's keep walking. All right. So all of these teams have so much to do today. It is just a rat race. They are working like crazy. Every team here is working like crazy. There's Miss Daisy. We partnered with them in Denver in 2009 to win the whole thing. Over here, we got some teams setting up. Down here, we've got more pit areas. Up ahead of us, you can see there's a big bank of televisions. We're going past another aisle of robots. You guys, this is a big, big deal. Coming over here, you can see all these banks of screens there. Those are, I believe, going to show the different playing fields while the competitions are going on. And off this way, you can see all those bleachers that go all the way down there. Those are all different playing fields. Let me see if I can switch this sideways for you. Where's the sideways thing? Does that go by itself? Oh, there we go. Rotate device. Rotate device. Rotate device. Now, it's not going to let me rotate. We'll come back with some more of those pictures later. So anyway, going up here, walk you around just a little bit more. You can see all the people starting to come in. There are no matches going on right now. I think they'll have some practice matches after 5 o'clock this evening. You know, you can come in and check out all these different bots. And every single team that's here, if you want to ask them questions, talk to them a little bit about their robot. This is how they get shipped in crates. But any team here, if you want to ask them questions and find out what they like, what they do, what they're strong at, what their weaknesses are, they can tell you in detail everything about their robot. They can tell you why they made it here to the World Championships. We are here because we won the Chairman's Award at the Idaho Regional, which is the highest award a team can win at a regional. And so there are a lot of different Chairman's Award winning teams here. And there are teams that have won the competitions, which means like winning the tournament. There are teams that have been Chairman's Award winners. There are teams that have won a thing called the Inspiration Award. And that is for the design Engineering Inspiration Award. That's for the design of their robot and coming up with some unique feature. And one of these awards, not the chairman's, but one of the awards, I think it's the Engineering Inspiration Award, that pays for your trip. They pay your entry fee here to the World Championships. So I'm going to raise this up to get a little better view. There's all sorts of vendors and booths and things set up. There are colleges here talking to kids. There are, it's an amazing setup. Andy Mark, who supplies a lot of the robotics parts, wheels. They're here. They're talking to kids. They're showing them different kinds of wheels. It's pretty amazing. These, for instance, right here, are Mecanum wheels. See how they're at an angle like that? You get 4 of them in the pattern of an X, and you can drive your robot forward, backward, side to side, or diagonal. They're pretty handy. There's a smaller Mecanum wheel. These are all Mecanums on this side. We have Omni wheels, different styles. And we have some other just regular kind of track type wheels and things. And that's just the wheels. We have all sorts of gears and gadgets and fun stuff over here. Anodized aluminum, Hex Churro style. These are the Hex Churros right here. We got anodized squares, encoders and little motors, all sorts of things. An encoder counts how many revolutions you have on a wheel so that it can tell you exactly how far you're going. These things are just amazing. This is Automation Direct. We get parts from these guys. We got, I think, our pneumatics from them. And they are, all this stuff is so much fun. This is to me one of the most exciting areas to come walking around, because you get a feel for what industry is really doing and for what kind of jobs are out there. These students are already talking to these people about their futures and their jobs and what's coming up and what's possible out there and things that they're creating. Here we have a big old robot we're going to take a picture of for you. There we go. And that was made by an FLL team. Just kidding. Okay. But and I think he's taller than I am.
Okay. All right.
Would you mind videoing?
Sure.
Robot?
What do I do? Is it on video?
Yeah, it's on video. You just have to.
Where I touch. Okay, I'll get my hand out just a second.
There you go.
Just touch anywhere on the screen, or?
Yes. Look at that. He's bigger than I am. All right.
Okay. There we go.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, did I get it?
I believe so.
No, it may still be videoing.
Yeah, it's still video.
Okay.
It's a live feed, actually. Thank you very much. The robots are nice around here. There's a Miss Daisy guy.
No shortage of them.
So, anyway, they've got all sorts of things. This is a replica of the Mars rover done in a big bouncy thing, it looks like. And so anyway, that's kind of a quick overview. I'm going to go right back here and pop out into the hall and show you guys what's going on out there. Let me raise this up. There he is, SparkFun again. Now today, most of the team members are not here yet. They're still coming in. We've got more than half of our team that flies in today. So, this place looks a little busy now. Wait until tomorrow when we're walking around here and showing you what's going on. Okay, so these are the bleachers. And you can see how far down it goes that direction. And as it comes up this way, these are all playing fields. I believe there are more than 600 teams here. We were way back over there where the pits are, back in that area. And then the game fields, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are the 6 playing areas. And then the championships will be held on a field that same size with a couple of great big stages where they will have live performers singing and dancing and all sorts of entertainment over at the Minute Maid Stadium, which is where the Houston Astros play. So I think we're going to pop out right down here. We'll go down these stairs and then we'll pop out into the front area there and show you a little bit of what's going on out there. Now the reason I can walk around with this camera and just stick it in everybody's face is because everybody that walks in that door, everybody has to sign an agreement that first can use their likeness. They can be photographed and, you know, filmed, put on the first website or whatever. So every single person that's here has already signed a waiver to that extent. Now we're coming out into the hallway in front, and you'll get an idea of how big this place is and how busy it's starting to get. Okay, so we're going to walk these down here a little bit farther, and then I think we're going to shut her down for the rest of the day. Maybe I'll try to get some more video plugged in as the day goes on. Maybe I can get some shots of them inspecting our robot. I don't know if the inspectors have been by yet or not. The only thing we're missing for inspection are a couple of bumpers. So there you go. That was just kind of an overview of things that are set up, and that's just for the FRC. That's just for the big robots. We still have to talk about FTC. That's the Tech Challenge teams. They're quite a bit smaller. They start out 18 by 18 by 18 cubes, and then from there they can expand out. But what you saw was just the big robots. At FTC, we have FLL, which is First Lego League. FTC is high school and middle school teams. FLL are middle school and down into lower grade school. And then we also have FLL Junior here, which are the little guys. And they're not actually building robots, but they're doing research and they're presenting their research. And there's, you know, it's just incredible to watch it go from those little kids all the way up to the big monster robots that will be pretty much featuring the whole time. Although tomorrow we will be going around and taking a look at the FTC and the FLL stuff. So I guess with that in mind, I'm going to sign off for now. You guys, I know you don't need to subscribe. That's crazy stuff. You don't need to friend us. You don't need to whatever you do. But do take a look at some of these, especially from today forward. They're going to get pretty interesting, I think. I think you'll be wishing you were part of this. And you could be. Anybody can get involved, even if you're not a build-a-robot person. Maybe you like artwork. Maybe you're a cook. Maybe you like to business kind of things. You know, make plans. We need, like, not exactly party planners, but we need people that can set up our hotels and our meals and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just, the possibilities are endless. And if you have any kind of something that defines you, there's a fountain out there behind me. If you have something that kind of defines you, we can find a place for that on the team. So give it some thought. Be nice to the sub. Clean up after yourselves. and do some quality work. All right. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.